Hey guys, Burb Gamer 1 here, and today I'm going to be showing y'all some ways you can get in some guitar. So basically, stupid dog. So basically, the things you need to know are what the strings names are. So I'm going to play one string at a time. So basically, let me get some distortion on here so it comes up a little easier. So that string is a low E string, and then the one next to it is A, D, G, B, and the high E string. That's all in standard tuning. So whenever you tune your guitar lower and lower, the names change to fit the tuning, basically. And now I'm going to show you also some like basic chords. So let me get closer to the camera here so y'all can see. So these things right here, these little like metal bars here. So this thing on the front of the neck is called a fretboard, right? Then you get your metal bars. These are the frets, or the fret wire. The spaces are the frets. This is where you're going to put your finger to play a note. Let's say I wanted to play a note on the second fret on a low E string. I'd place my finger there, and there you go. That's how you perform notes. But so you see, my guitar is a Les Paul, which if I right. So this is my guitar. And it's important to know what kind of guitar you have, because with every guitar, it's gonna be different. If you also have a Les Paul, you know, you're gonna have either trapezoid, block, or dot inlays. The Les Paul Customs have block inlays. The standard Les Pauls, and basically almost all of them, have trapezoid inlays. Les Paul Juniors and the budget entry level budget guitars from Epiphone, like the Les Paul Special 2, those have dot inlays. So I mention that because, you know, it's just for aesthetics, but also these mark, before the 12th fret, which was this one, these ones up here mark the odd number frets. So this one's 3rd, this one's 5th, this one's 7th, and this one's 9th. At these two frets, it's 10 and 11. So then it goes increments of even numbers. So this is 12. Oh no, this is the only even one with the inlay. And then this is 15, 17, 19, and 21, right? Anyway, that's enough with the fretboard. Let's get on to the chords. So the easiest chord to learn is going to be a E minor chord. So what you do is you place your index finger on to the A string, which is the second thickest string, not counting it's going to be the second string from the headstock. So if you look right here, this is where the A string is. And then, you know, so if you need to have a guide of reference, look at your headstock, right? And then you can see the thicknesses of the strings. And then, yeah, you'll know what strings you're playing. So let's do E minor. And the first finger is going to go 2nd fret A string. The middle finger is going to go right next to that, which is D string. And then it's an open chord, so you can play all 6 strings. And that's what it sounds like with distortion. Now let's do clean tone. And what I did, I pressed my ring and pinky fingers on the strings to mute it. There's also palm muting. So you take your palm, you place it behind, like either behind or in front of your bridge. I like to do behind my bridge, or in front of my bridge, which is this. And then your tailpiece, if you have a Les Paul like me, you're gonna have a tailpiece, but every guitar is different. So it's gonna have either a two deal setup here. So tailpiece is what holds your strings, and then your bridge also holds your strings, but it holds them at an angle. And then there's your pickups. Pick guard is optional, and then your three-way switch. But again, let's continue. And then yeah, so this is an E minor chord. So it sounds like whenever you play it. And then let's do a D chord. So D chord, you have your first finger on the G string, and then you have your middle finger, first finger on the second fret, G string. Then you have your middle finger, same fret, on the high E string, and then your ring finger going down to the B string on the third fret. And then you only play from the D string, so you have a open string right here. So you don't play the two thickest strings. You play D, G, B, and high E. Put it together, you get that. And now let's do the A chord. It's similar to the E minor, or this is the A5. Where's this A minor? No, this is A5. So if I'm wrong in that, post in the comments what chord this is. But for the longest time I thought this was A. But this is basically similar to the E minor chord, which is this. But you're just bringing it down one string and you're adding your ring finger to the B string. And then this is again another open chord, so you can just play with all 6 strings. Alright, and now a little bit more technical, we're going to do the G string, the G chord. So you do your first finger on the D string, or A string on the second fret. Then you do your middle finger on the low E on the third. You do your ring finger on the B string, same fret. And then you do your high, and then you do your pinky on the high E string, third fret as well. And again, 6 strings. And for C add 9, which is this, it's just the same formation as a G. You're just bringing it down one string, and you just play. You don't play the low E. You just play the rest of those strings. No low E though. Sometimes when I play, I do hit the low E every now and again, but that's because it's out of habit. Like that. And now let's go to frets you can play on the first and second fret, or let's go to chords that you can play on first and second fret. So the first chord is going to be the regular A chord, and it's first finger on the B string, second finger on the D string, second fret, and first fret for the first finger B string, and then second fret D string, second finger, and then third finger goes on the second fret and it goes on to the G string. And again, open chord, do that, and then the E, regular E chord is going to be the same thing but moved up a string, not going to go down. See? And then here's the C chord, so you keep your first finger on the B string, and then you do your middle finger, so you skip a string, you skip a, okay, so you skip a string. Instead of putting your middle finger on the G, you skip a string to go to D on the second fret. And then you go with your ring finger, you go to the third fret, A string. And then again, open chord. So the beauty about these chords are they're basically all open. So let me show you all a chord progression that has all 3 of those frets there. So let's do A, and then E, and then C. Move let's change that chord progression a little bit. Let me do from C to E to A. All right. And see, chord progression is basically where you alternate your chords in such a way that it basically can count as a song. And with that regard, there's, you could do 2 chord progression, you could do a 3 chord, you could do a 4 chord. Really, it's all up to you. I like to do 3 and 4 chord progression, but again, it's up to you. But yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a mini tutorial on how to play guitar. Yeah, see y'all guys in the next one.